Why anyone would put a sticker on a book is beyond me. I like getting books that have, from the library of on the inside when I get used books. I like to think of, who was kind enough to take this book that maybe they loved, maybe they hated. I hope that they loved it. And they donated it so that I could read it when I buy it used. That I'm okay with. But what I'm not okay with is these little frickin' stickers that get put on the cover of books. I can't get that off. I don't have that magical pen that smells a little bit like lemons that you use to get stickers off books. I had a book once. I was like, yes, this is great. I'm going to read this classic. And I open the box and I look at it and it is covered in Disney princess stickers. And I about lost my mind. But my God, that is no way to treat a book. Do not put stickers on your books. If you're going to, put it on the inside cover. Don't put it on the outside cover. Somehow that makes a big difference. I banged up my face, so I was like, I deserve a book haul. Any excuse, really. I could be like, I stepped on a crack today, and stepping on a crack means that I get books. And it works. No one can stop me. Since then, been getting a lot of grief from my mother being like, oh, you and your books, da-da. She like passed me on the head, and she's like, oh, you're so cute. Like, I'm glad that you love reading so much, because it's literally all I do. Wow, really not selling myself for be a super cool person, but that's okay. And so I started thinking, since now my shelves are completely full and I have absolutely no room, so I have to read a hell of a lot faster or buy new shelves, which one do you think I'm going to do? The second option. Everyone always asks me, why don't you just go to the library? Here are my reasons for not liking the library. The big disclaimer is, I love libraries. I think they are among the best places in the world to be. I get so happy when I go inside them. There are books everywhere. It smells good. It's not Barnes & Noble. Thank goodness. There are people there who are happy to read. It's quiet. You don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to. In fact, it's weird if you go up to someone and just start chattering at them. They're like, what are you doing? Let me read my book. Get away. The reason why I don't like libraries, though, is that I enjoy having my own books. I don't mind them being owned by someone beforehand because I think that it kind of creates this little community that I feel part of, even though I don't know whose book it was before me. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. And I probably will never meet them, but I like to think that they've passed on a little heirloom to me. I like having books that sit on my shelves, and yeah, maybe that's a little bit gluttonous of me. I like being able to say, this one's mine, and I'm going to read it when I'm ready to read it. It's a time thing. It's like I have to read it in 2 weeks, and then I have to pass it on to someone else. I like being able to have books on my shelves for up to like 2 years, and then finally pick it up and be like, damn, I wish I had read this sooner, but this is a good book, or oh, Jesus, I should have waited 20 years before reading this book. It's like I like getting to books when I want to. I'm very, very weird about what books I want to read next. In fact, I have only just now started letting someone else pick what book I read next. I'm usually very much like, I need to have a reason to pick up a new book. The other thing about libraries that I don't like is that people don't always treat books how I like them to be treated, but I don't like getting books that have broken spines. It's like my biggest pet peeve, and I can handle it if it is a used book that I've bought because it gets sent to me from Better World, and so I am like, oh, I didn't know this had a broken spine, but it's like I'm taking in a baby bird and I have to nurse it back to health. But when it's a library book, it's like I don't want to mess with it because it's not mine, it's the library's, but like, oh, I can't handle how broken it is. And not to mention the wait list to get certain books. My God, sometimes it's like, oh, you can read this book in 3 months. And I'm like, no, I want to read it now. I'm a child of a instant gratification society. Give me it now. I want to read it. For everyone out there who is like, Ari, just go to the library, I will tell you, I was that kid who had to have help getting all the books that I was borrowing out of the library, and I always returned them on time. I still have my library card from back then. Shout out to those people that brought me to the library. You turned me into this excellent individual. But I have graduated to the point where I don't buy new books. Very rarely do I. Usually if it's a gift card. Hint, hint to anyone. I like books. I don't buy new books. I buy used books. I give them a new home. I give them a new life. I read them. I take care of them. But I just don't like borrowing books from libraries. Even borrowing books from people I have a hard time with because I get overwhelmed with, what are your rules? What is your idea of etiquette? When do you want me to give this back to you? Am I allowed to keep this? I'm confused. Can you just give me a pamphlet of what you want me to do and then I'll follow those rules? Otherwise I'm going to just wing it and hope that I'm right. That would be nice. A little maybe I'll make one. And then everyone will follow suit. Except that won't happen because everyone thinks I'm crazy. Ah, the trouble I face.